In Ken Kesey's novel, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Part 1, Before Noontime, unveils a fascinating glimpse into the dynamics at play within the confines of a mental institution. It is a place where power struggles and the challenges of individuality are constantly at the forefront. At 1 in the afternoon, the acutes, a group of patients categorized by their mental ailments being less severe or treatable, gather for their routine meeting with Big Nurse Ratched, and Dr. Spivey. During the meeting, tension fills the room as Big Nurse uses the occasion to target Dale Harding, aiming to manipulate and control through her autocratic authority. The session spirals into a confrontational exchange when the newly admitted patient, Randle McMurphy, turns the meeting on its head with a scandalous remark about Harding's wife, leaving Big Nurse flustered and momentarily off balance. McMurphy's presence at the meeting introduces a fresh dynamic. His defiance and irreverent humor create ripples among the patients and challenge Big Nurse's authority. As Big Nurse retaliates by reading McMurphy's file aloud, she aims to expose his past transgressions and questionable character. McMurphy, unfazed, embraces his reputation as a rebellious figure, presenting himself as a man who skirts the boundaries of societal norms. Notably, his past includes being awarded a Distinguished Service Cross for heroism in Korea, although his subsequent dishonorable discharge for fighting and insubordination highlights his contentious nature. McMurphy's transparency about his exploits and his audacious attitude suggests a character who thrives on pushing the limits and challenging the status quo. Dr. Spivey, who appears captivated by McMurphy's antics, struggles to maintain control, which does little to enforce Big Nurse's dominance. This exchange epitomizes the underlying power struggle as McMurphy begins to unravel the oppressive framework that Big Nurse has meticulously constructed. The term pecking party, coined by McMurphy, artfully describes the meeting's undertone, a scenario where individuals are encouraged to turn against each other to maintain hierarchical structures. Harding, initially defensive of Big Nurse, eventually acknowledges the truth in McMurphy's critique, suggesting that Big Nurse's strategy is aimed not at empowerment, but at demoralizing the patients and undermining their sense of self. The notion of masculinity and power emerges as a central theme throughout this section. McMurphy's insights suggest that the institutional environment under Nurse Ratched's rule lacks traditional masculine energy, reducing the patients to a state of vulnerability akin to rabbits. This emasculation metaphor is significant, painting Nurse Ratched as a predatory wolf within a matriarchal system that thrives on control and subservience. The matriarchy extends its influence, leaving figures like Dr. Spivey almost powerless, as Nurse Ratched holds decisive sway. Harding's analogy of the patients as sexually impotent rabbits further underscores the idea that the institution strips them of their agency and independence. The conversation between McMurphy and Harding fuels a pivotal challenge, a bet that McMurphy can provoke Nurse Ratched into revealing her composure-laden facade within a week. The wager symbolizes McMurphy's strategic gamble, representing both literal and figurative stakes in his quest to upend the oppressive regime. The fact that Harding entrusts the bet to McMurphy signifies a subtle shift in allegiance and hints at the influence McMurphy is beginning to wield within the group. In essence, Part 1, Before Noontime, sets the stage for a broader exploration of individuality against the institutionalized conformity. McMurphy's arrival disrupts the balance, igniting an undercurrent of resistance among the patients. This section introduces key themes such as the dynamics of power, the struggle for identity, and the oppressive force of societal structures. As McMurphy positions himself as a catalyst for change, the ensuing battle promises to challenge the very foundation of the asylum's tough regime and highlights Kesey's incisive critique of societal norms. That's all for this summary. If you found value in this analysis, please support Bookly Crash Course by liking, subscribing, and sharing with fellow readers. Thanks for watching this episode of Bookly Crash Course. Here on the channel, we love uncovering stories that make you think. What if you could access the same stock trading insights as some of the most powerful people in the country? That's why I want to thank today's sponsor, Capital Gains. Capitalgains.io is a free website that tracks the stock trades of Congress's top performing members, allowing you to follow their trades that consistently beat the market. For example, shortly after Nancy Pelosi bought NVIDIA shares, Congress passed major semiconductor subsidies, and the NVIDIA stock surged. Capital Gains lets you see Congress's trades like this in real time, so you can benefit from their insider knowledge too. Here are some features you'll love. You'll get real-time stock recommendations, giving you instant access to the stocks Congress is buying and selling right now. Explore the Congress Trading Leaderboard to see which lawmakers are beating the market and how they're doing it. Plus, dive into detailed trade data to analyze recent and historical transactions, uncover trends, and make smarter investment decisions. Thousands are already using Capital Gains to stay ahead, and you can too. Best of all, it's completely free. Visit capitalgains.io today to see what Congress traded this week. Your next big move might be one